What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite YouTuber, Austin Holloman, and we are back again with a later in the day interview. I know I do them around 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, but today is Saturday, so a lot of people were busy. So I was still able to grab one interview. And if you guys have not already, make sure you give the video a like and subscribe. And if you really want to support your favorite content creator or your only friend, sign up for the patreon.com/Austin Holloman 512 for behind the scenes exclusive information, and my up-to-date dating stories that will make you want to visit a lot of these places I go to once you hear them. So if you are interested in that, it's only $4 a month, and it keeps the content going as well. And now we have one of the travel OGs in the YouTube space. This man has been to many, many places around the world. I've seen him in Nairobi, Kenya, is where I met him at. He's been to many places I've been to, but he's been to a lot of places that I have not been to. So I will go ahead and bring him up. You guys already know who he is based off the title. He is Mr. Czech in effect. What's going on?
What's up, bro? What's
How
good?
you doing?
Good, man. Good. I'm good. Feeling good. Everything's going good right now. How about you on your end?
Everything is good. I see we're in different time zones because over here it's pitch black. Like it's only 7 o'clock, but it's winter time over here in South America. So
Yeah, I'm in
it's
Central America. I'm
yeah,
in
Central
well, no, I'm in Acapulco,
Mexico.
Mexico. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, how you liking it out there?
This is it's okay. This I've been here before. It's more like tourist, but it's a tourist town for the locals. But I'm
Oh,
this is just a stop that I'm at right now because I'm actually going to Costa Chica because I'm working on a project, and I was home and the project took off, and now I'm coming back to finish what we started. So that's why I'm here.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So is it safe there?
Oh yeah, Acapulco is very safe. They got honestly, bro, they got police everywhere. Like they got military police everywhere. Yeah, it's very safe. You walk out with your phone, you can record. It's a police in every damn corner. To be honest with you, so it's good.
Wow. I'm gonna check
Yeah.
that out whenever I go that way. So I know who you are, but and most people know who you are, but for people that don't know who you are, could you tell them who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so I'm a world traveler just like Austin. I've been doing content creating for a while now. I've been to several countries in Central, South, Europe, Africa, a lot of places, and basically I'm bringing content about lifestyle, culture, just similar situation, just a world traveler doing, bringing out new content every day for the people. So yeah, for
Okay.
those who don't know me already,
Yeah. So how long have you been on YouTube?
I started 2019. Yeah,
Okay.
2019. So we're talking going almost 5 years.
Okay. And
Yeah.
would you say your journey on YouTube has been easy, or is it all you expected?
Um, in the beginning, it was a little tough because YouTube was different back then. It's a lot has changed now. Like you could be monetized at 800 subscribers, I think, or 700 subscribers.
Mm,
They even dropped the watch hours to 3,000 now. So it's a lot easier than before. But it was tough in the beginning. But once you get to that, once you get like that first 10,000, the rest is kind of like easy. Just
okay.
that first 10,000, getting your name out there is the toughest part. Once your name is out there, that's it. And if you got good content and you got good quality content, no matter what, the audience is gonna levitate toward your channel. You feel me?
Okay. So let me ask you this. So would you say your content is considered to be in its own lane? Like, they have passport bros, they have finance channels, they have food channels. Would you say yours fits into a category, or do you have your own category?
Um, I would say my own category, but I usually do content for our people. I usually do content for brothers, for black people, most of the time. I mean, I do all kind of content, but I try to show brothers a different side of the world. So I would say a little bit of both. It's my own lane and also the lane for for Black people.
So would you say that you start off in the not that you are, but would you say you start off in the passport bro kind of sector of YouTube?
That's the thing, bro. Like there was no passport bro at that time. The term passport bro didn't exist at that time. You feel me? So
Mm.
and honestly, I think regardless if you say you're a passport bro or not, you're automatically a passport bro by default. If you Black and you travel, you're a passport bro. You feel me? That's how they see it. Because it's like this. Let's just say someone who knows nothing about passport bros goes out to Colombia and does something stupid. And let's say other YouTubers start making videos about it. The first thing they're gonna title is Passport Bro. This guy might not know anything about Passport Bros. It's just they get all the negativity, but never the positivity. You feel me? So if something good happens, nobody say, "Oh, Passport Bro did this." It's always something bad. But at the time when I started, the term Passport Bro didn't maybe it exists and I didn't know about it, but it wasn't out at that time.
So the way I look at you is I think you have your own lane on YouTube. I think your content is yours. You're like nobody else. I'm actually rebranding myself now, for example, by doing these interviews, just to bring in a different audience because that sector of YouTube, man, is very it's not very productive. Like you get some traction starting off, but
Yeah.
they be and just the BS that comes with it and all the unnecessary hate that comes with it. It's just it's too much. I can deal with it and I have thick skin, but now it's just getting annoying. So
Yeah.
what initially sparked your interest in traveling and how was that motivating? I mean, how did that motivation evolve over time?
Let me just piggyback off what you said, and we're gonna get to that question. Sometimes people gotta learn on their own, bro. Cause like you can't like because if you're a grown man, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell a grown man what to do. You gotta let them learn on their own sometimes.
Mhm.
Because the set like me, for example, an OG, I'm gonna say his name, Taylor. Taylor is the one who spoke to me. Um, at the time when I was in a different lane, I really didn't know what lane I was at. I was like, I don't know if I was going left or right. And he spoke to me and told me, yo, bro, even though you might not see it right now, because at that time I had probably like 6,000 subscribers. He said, even though you don't see it right now, you got to brand yourself no matter what. Like, even if you don't, you might not be looking at the picture in like the future, but you got to brand yourself. You got to like look at your content or your channel as a brand. And ever since then, that's when I started branding myself and I started like thinking about what I really want to do and I started doing it. But what made me started traveling is um I always wanted to travel, but sometimes man, money is an issue. So I said to myself, I'm gonna just go to the places that I could afford. And the places that you can afford is places that's close to home. Brazil, not Brazil, but Dominican Republic, Colombia, those places were close to home. So I was just traveling to the places close. But I always wanted to travel, man. I always wanted to see the world, see different people. And then once you travel, man, it's like that's why some people who talk shit until they travel, they can't talk. If somebody has never traveled, I don't want to hear what you got to say because until you travel and see the world in a different light, then you understand where people are coming from. You feel me? Like you can't if you never travel, you can't talk to me about traveling. I'm sorry. You just can't, bro. That's but yeah.
I would even add to that recent years of traveling because I had some dudes on Twitter trying to go back and forth with me saying, like, oh, you're only having a good time dating overseas because they look at you like celebrities. I'm like, maybe 20 years ago, they were just, oh, it's an American town. But nowadays, I don't recall getting treated like a celebrity. And I've had really good times with people overseas, but not where I thought I was in the NBA and like I was just this big time guy that everybody in the world knew. So
Yeah.
how has your motivation evolved over time?
Um like what kind of motivated me was my audience also started motivating me. They was giving because a lot of times a lot of content we do, I know I'm sure some of your content you have done came from your audience because a lot of time the audience actually help us out a lot. So my audience motivated me. Um, and just when you come back home, man, you just kind of like, it's like a kid in school that can't wait to get out of school. And then when school's out, he ready to go back out. So that's how it was for me when it came to traveling. And as far as the celebrity thing, man, that's the thing. A lot of people think some of these countries people are poor, but everybody's not poor in these countries, man. There's people doing good in these countries. So it's like that celebrity, like you said, the celebrity thing was probably back in 16, 15, like 2016, 2015. But now it's like it's normal, bro. You out traveling, people see you as it's normal. It's a normal thing.
So we
Especially,
got a go
especially
ahead.
sometimes some places where you go, you kind of blend in and they don't know. Then they really don't treat you like a celebrity because they think you're part of their nationality.
So we got a super chat. Thank you for the $5 super chat from Pajama Lama. He says, "Great interview. Can you ask him why he chose the name Czech in effect? I expected someone from the Czech Republic, but he's from Miami."
Nah, actually, bro, my name is actually Czech though, for real though. Like,
Really?
yeah, my name, my part of my name is Czech. That's how the Czech effect. The effect just came from my older cousin, that used to rap, and he used to always say Czech effect, Czech effect. He used to call me Czech effect. So when I came out with a channel, I just said we gonna go with Czech effect. So that's how it came about. It had nothing to do with Czech Republic.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Okay, I was gonna ask that too. So, can you share the moment when you decided to make traveling a significant part of your life? Like, you kind of described where you started traveling, like DR, but when was that? You said 2019.
Yeah, 2019. The first place, well, I traveled before I started doing content. The actual first place I ever been to was Mexico, but that was before content. Um, then I went to Bahamas, but I didn't do content. My very first content as a content creator was in Dominican Republic. But but at the time, I didn't go to do content. I went because I speak Spanish, but I was never fluent. I was never like straight fluent. And I used to hate when you talk Spanish to people and they see you're not fluent, they automatically start speaking English. So I actually went to like be more fluent, to be within the people and become more fluent. And during that time, that's when, once you out the country, you start living that lifestyle, you just kind of fall in love with it. So that's really how I started traveling, bro. Like it wasn't before I started doing content. I was already probably I would say 6 months in Dominican Republic, and I
Okay.
started doing content because people that I know was asking me questions like about DR, about the women, about all kind of what they what part where to stay and all this, and then somebody told me I should just do a YouTube channel. And at the time, I didn't know the direction. So my YouTube channel was really trying to help brothers when they come to DR, what to avoid. It was more like that, like avoid people trying to scam you, avoid people trying to overprice you, avoid this, like that's what it was about. So that's how it actually started. Yeah, man.
Okay. So, what challenges did you face when you first started traveling extensively, and how did you overcome them?
Shit, the same thing that most people go through. Gringo prices. Like now, for example, now I always try to like I always try to find out something from someone else before I do it. Like if I'm in a country, I would ask a local, "Hey, how much is it to go here? How much is this food? How much is this?" So the challenges was getting over on the scams. Like once I remember one time when I was a rookie, somebody did one of those magic tricks on me where you gave them money and then you're not paying attention and then they switch the money and you're looking like what the hell? I thought I gave you more than that. So like I kind of those was the challenges getting like taking your mindset of United States, taking that away and going to a different country and realizing it's totally different where you're at. So like just getting away, just avoiding the shit things that can happen. Even with women, you already know with women a lot of shit can happen. That's why when if you meet a person for the first time, you got to be careful. Like You got to make sure your stuff is hidden. Don't put stuff in people's face. Make sure you got security. It's just a lot that involves that.
So basically, from what I'm hearing, is being out of bounds in a new environment and people trying to take advantage of you. I
And
think most of because that's gonna happen when you start traveling.
oh
When
yeah,
they find out,
I got taken advantage a couple of times before I went out in the beginning. Like just a simple haircut. You know what I'm saying? You get a haircut, then they put some cleaning thing in your face, and next thing you know, they tell you it costs $130, $140, and you're like, what? And then later on, you find out it only costs really $25. So like just little shit like that, you know.
wow. So as a YouTuber, how do you balance the demands of creating content and still enjoy the place that you travel to? Like, what is your
Um,
work?
shit. What I do is I kind of like when I travel somewhere, I observe the area. I look around. Sometimes before I even do a video, I go walking, talking to the vendors, talk to the people so they know my face, they recognize me. So once I have the camera, they already know who I am. Oh, I remember this guy. So um, a lot of times that's what I would do. But I kind of like I still have fun when I'm doing my videos, but I don't mix two and two together now. So some like I would go out and say, okay, I'm gonna go out and do a couple videos. And then these days I'm gonna chill and just have fun. So I don't put them together no more. I kind of split it apart. Like nightlife videos is tough because even though you're having fun, it's tough because sometimes you forget to record. And you go, oh shit, hold on, say that again. What you saying? Like you kind of, you know what I'm saying? So nightlife was the toughest one to me. Cause like sometimes you could forget that you're actually doing a video and you're like, oh shit, I forgot to record this. Or you're having so much fun, you forget to record. And people don't realize that. They don't realize, like, yo, bro, it's the nightlife videos are not easy. Like if you dance
Yeah,
with somebody having a good time, bro, you ain't gonna pull out the camera, like, so when I see guys doing videos like that, I show a lot of respect. I be like, yeah, they might talk shit and say, oh, you're not showing girls, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. That shit ain't easy, bro.
it's not. It's really
Nah.
not. Yeah, especially if you're going there for your own personal pleasure and you want to meet women, it could really throw your game off walking around recording everybody. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like it can help you. It can help you and also it can not help you because sometimes like the video you did when you was just recording yourself and the waitress started talking to you. Sometimes that happens that they'll just come on your camera and talk. But then there's times where you have a camera, you try to talk to them, they're not going to talk to you on camera, but they'll talk to you off camera. And that's
Mhm.
stuff you can't really tell the people. You could tell them that it's their discretion to believe you or not. But like a lot of times, though, nightlife was one of my hardest. The toughest videos for me was nightlife. And then you see some people dropping comments. Oh, check you this, like, and then they don't realize, yo, bro, you don't know what I was doing off camera. Off camera, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
What's yours? What's yours? Let me ask you that question too. What's yours?
so now that I'm in a place like Paraguay is pretty dead, right? So me doing these interviews it's easy here. But if you want to talk about where I'm in Nairobi and I'm active and I'm showing daily vlogs and stuff like that, I've minimized the whole editing part. I actually, since I solo travel just like you, uh, I've minimized my editing by just walking around my phone and doing an IRL. That comes with risk. It can be dangerous because people know exactly where you're at, and you could run into it because you're recording, in real time, and just
Mhm.
like I had the issue in Cartagena. But because of that, I can pretty much give every. It's kind of I was talking to somebody about this earlier about the metaverse. It's like a sample of the metaverse happening before everybody gets the metaverse glasses. So, because people will actually sit there and watch me walk around town and just talk for 6, 7 hours straight. I've had some people just stay the entire time,
Mhm.
and it's slipping into the future. I'm getting a little off topic though, but
No,
I
no,
do
no.
that.
I'm listening. I agree with
Yeah,
you.
because
Everybody told me to get the glasses too, but I just feel
yeah,
like it's taking to me. I feel like it's taking the fun out of it.
yeah,
Like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, if
Hmm.
I get the glasses, it's taking the fun out of it. And then at least with my camera up recording, You know I'm recording you.
Mhm.
Regardless, you know I'm recording you. You see it. If you decide to come on camera and talk, that's on you. If not, go the other way.
Yeah.
What I, just like you were saying, what I do is if I see somebody who's acting up, I just turn it towards me. You can't stop me from recording myself. That you can't do. You feel me? But the
Yeah.
glasses, it's like, man, I could do a video and people see it, and then next thing you know, they didn't know I had on glasses. I don't think it's for me.
Yeah. Me either.
Mm.
That's kinda invading privacy because, like you said, they're not aware. But, yeah, doing the IRL streams, and then I just go back later on when I get to a place like this, and I just chop up significant moments of the video and
Mhm.
make it, oh, so I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You can, hire somebody to do that. So it saves a lot of time and a lot of effort because editing vlogs on a daily basis,
That shit's
is
tough. It's tough.
yeah. Yeah, doing daily content is a lot. But Big Boss Real Talk says, shout out to Austin. Congrats again on hitting 100K and the big homie check on your way to 500K. Keep rising. Don't worry, Big Boss will blow up off mongering. And that's Real Talk Passport Bros up. Thank you for $10 super. We got another one from A-Rag Soul Fiesta with 10,000 Colombian pesos. He says, hey, Czech, did my first interview with Czech. I'm still married in Medellin, bro. Thank you
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
super.
Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Big Boss too, man. Shout out to Big Boss.
So the next question we have is yeah, okay. So could you explain how you built your remote income streams?
Uh, um, as far as content creating, right? I
Yeah.
mean, okay. As far as content creating, um, like what I did was, I had to save my money first. I had saved my money, and when I saved my money, like I said before, I was traveling to smaller places that was less expensive to travel to, as far as flights. And then I have a lot of credit cards with airlines. So a lot of times I was flying, like when I used to go to Colombia, Brazil, Costa Rica, all those places I was flying for like damn near $20, $30 because I was only paying the tax. That's it. So I would just budget my income to where I'm able to travel to these places. And once I started making money, then I said, okay, I would take some of the money I make and I would start traveling other places and
Mhm.
continue growing. And then you can't only like focus, like, yeah, YouTube is one of my mainstream, but I do have other little things I do on the side because you never know what can happen, bro. Like you was talking about, I think I heard you other talking about Facebook. That's another one people need to, get into Facebook, Rumble, all that, because even if you're not doing that good on it, you never know when it could blow up.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
diversifying yourself, I would say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Diversifying yourself and believing in yourself. Cause most people like now, like a lot of us, we came up basically on our own. You know what I'm saying? Like you came up on your own. You did your own little thing, got viral. You wasn't really depending on other people. Now a lot of people they're depending on other people to grow. Like, bro, you got to believe in yourself to grow. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You can't send me a long message about how you're trying to get 1,000 subscribers or such and such subscribers. You can get that on your own, actually.
Mhm.
If you really put your mind to it, it's all about having good content at the end of the day. If you
Mhm.
got good content, bro, good quality content, people gonna watch and then they're gonna share it. But if it's shitty content, then you got to work on yourself.
Yeah.
You feel me? You got to
Yeah.
work on
A lot of people think just interviewing, like getting an interview. Let's say, for example, if I just interview Charleston White, my YouTube career is just gonna be on top. That video may be, but if
Mhm.
you're not somebody worth watching, who's to say that they're gonna continue to tune in?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly my point. This is that
Yeah.
I can help you, but what about the rest of your videos? What about everything after that? They might just
Yeah.
watch that one video, but the rest of the videos, you got to really think and make good quality content. I say this is what I say. I say instead of making, let's say, 10 videos that you just going out just doing shit, cut that shit down to 6 videos and focus more on those 6 videos than to make 10. Make 6 good videos instead of making 10 bullshit videos.
Mhm, mhm.
That's how I
So,
that's what I think.
yeah, I would agree with that. Quality content is the most, because you can't just throw up anything. So, do you consider yourself an expat in any of the countries you've been to? Or is there a place that you spend a lot of time in that you can call yourself an expat?
I I guess I could be, if you're anywhere more than a month, I would say, and there's a lot of places I've been to more than a month. Like for example, when I met you in Kenya, I did 3 months in Kenya, and then I left and came back. So I would say that's an expat. You could basically say I was living there.
Mhm.
I was there 3 months. I went home for what, like a month, then came right back and did another month and a half. So yeah, I would say digital. Yeah, I would say expat.
So, what does the identity digital nomad or expat mean to you? Like, what significance does that hold to you?
That right there, I can't answer that question. I don't know. Digital
It's a
no
hard.
digital nomad, I'm not sure because I used to like be in like I never was in a group, but I knew people that was in groups, and what they do is they travel, and when they travel by themselves, this is what I think a digital nomad is. Because I met a couple of them. They travel by themselves like a backpacker, and they would meet other people that's actually traveling, and these people do events like, hey, let's meet at this bar at such and such time, and everybody come and they all meet and mingle, and then they meet each other and they all start hanging out, and then like you could do that in different countries. They have a lot of digital nomads in different countries, but I really don't know what the difference is between that and an expat.
I guess an
I guess
expat.
expat would be full time living there.
Yeah, yeah. Like you just picked up and moved to a whole new location. Versus what I'm doing is more so digital nomad and expat when convenient. But
Yeah,
I guess I could call myself an expat because I mean I'm getting my residency now, my first residency, so I will be on paper an expat officially then,
but
because I have a.
let me ask you a question. I don't mean to cut you off, but let's say you had a if you had a okay, we could still, even if you stay somewhere, we could still travel. It's the same thing like being in the States. So it really doesn't matter where you're at. But I would say, what would be your choice as a digital, I mean, as an expat? What would be your, I would say, your top two or top three that you would say, okay, I could see myself living here?
If I could say permanently as an expat or minimum 6 months a year, I would say Brazil still Brazil, Kenya, and hmm, good question. I could even say Chile. I could stay in Chile for years at a time if I had to.
Yeah, we great minds think alike. I'm for me it's not in order. So however I say it is not in order. I would say the same thing. I would say Brazil, Kenya, and South Africa. Those would be my top three. If I was to choose to actually say, okay, hey, I'm gonna live here, I'm gonna still travel, do my content, but I'm gonna come back here to live. It would be those three, bro. Brazil, Kenya, South Africa. By like
Yeah,
so far until I go somewhere and say, "Oh shit, this is better." But right now, those are my top three to live.
yeah. South Africa sounds pretty nice. I still got to make my way over there. So, out of all the places, so I guess those are your top destinations. Those three you just
Yeah,
listed.
those are my top three. Yep.
Okay, those are. Can you tell me why each one is a top destination for you? Starting with Brazil.
Well, Brazil, I left Brazil because I'm a content creator. I got to explore. I got to do more things. I can't just stay there. Like, I would have stayed there and kept doing videos. But Brazil, I just think I love the culture. I love the people. I love the fact that I would say shit, 85% of the people are in shape or somewhat in shape. And even if they don't work out, they're still in shape from going to the beach, playing volleyball, kickball, you know, uh, and the cost of living over there. And also, I like the fact one of my biggest things over there is I like the fact that Brazilians don't deny their African roots. I love that. You know what I'm saying? They don't deny that. If you go to Salvador, wherever, they tell you they don't deny it at all. So that's why I feel like okay, I could fit in here. I love that. Kenya, you already know, bro, the vibe. Kenya just is just a cool place to be. It's like it's just like you get your own apartment, you chill, just you can have fun, you can go out, you can and most people are friendly in Kenya. Like wherever you go, people are really cool, friendly. There's there's not a lot of crime in Kenya. There's not a lot of people with guns in Kenya. So if you ever get robbed, most likely it's not gonna be by a gun. So a lot of people don't have guns. It's very low crime. It's just a cool place to be, cool vibe. South Africa, I like the fact that it's modern. So when you're in South Africa, you're not if you feel like you're not missing anything back home because it's so modern, like Sandton, Rosebank, all those places in Johannesburg. And then I love the fact that every city, every other state you go to in South Africa is different. Cape Town is completely different in Johannesburg. Then you got Durban, which is a beach town. So I love the fact that it's modern. The infrastructure is dope in South Africa, and the people are not as friendly as Kenya, but they are friendly too. You can have fun. South Africa is similar to a Brazil culture. The women also, the women, very similar to the Brazil culture. You know the Brazil culture, so when I say that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's
Yes.
very similar to the Brazil culture when you come to South Africa, except you're in South Africa. That's to me. Yeah, bro. That's why those are my top choice. Until I can find another country that I go to that I can say, hey man, this one is gonna take place number 3 now. But if you guys ever see me go somewhere and live like full time, best believe it'll be one of those 3.
Okay, so when you traveling all around the world, how has your tax situation been impacted by your lifestyle? Like, do you get to are you long enough to file for the Foreign Income Earn Exclusion Act?
Well, tax has been shit. Tax has been hitting me in the head hard, bro. Like heavy. Like, cause you know when you start doing things like this, bro, that tax. So I had to get an LLC. So checking effect is an LLC. And then you got to get the S corp. And because sometimes I pay people, like for example, if I have somebody touring, giving me like a tour guide that's touring me a certain town, you know, sometimes you know you can't you got to show people love too. So sometimes I pay people, so I might actually have to do like 2 separate tax. I might have to do a checking effect and a personal saying I pay myself and these are the employees that I pay. But the problem is when you travel, you go in different places. So it's tough, but the LLC and S corp is how I do it. I don't know how you do it. Well,
That's a, I do. I do the same thing, but I apply for the 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 benefits of being outside of the states for the majority of the year, basically, and you get a huge tax deduction just off of your net profit. I forgot the
mm,
exact number. But I know I'm not hitting that number anyway. So most expats don't have to pay because they don't hit that number. It's over 100 grand in profit that they'll automatically deduct from your payment. So
oh,
if you I think it's like 118,000. So after your income and your expenses, if you have let's say $70,000 in profit, they still wouldn't tax you on that money.
so basically, as long as you could prove that you've been out of the United States more than 6 months, you said, or 6 months.
Okay. 330 days.
330 days. Okay. Okay. Long as you can prove you've been out of the United States more than, or at least 330 days, you can do
Yeah.
it. Okay. I like that one.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
It's an easy hack. You should I guess you should stay outside of the United States longer because you can save money doing
Well, shit, I'm damn near in that threshold. The only reason why I stay a little longer home is because every time I come home, I always try to do like a little detox, go to the gym and this, like try to like refresh myself and then go back out again. So when I do that, I'm usually home 3 weeks to a month. So that's what's messing me up. When I come home, I'm home like 3 weeks to a month. Then I hit it and I'm gone for like 3 months. Then I come back home for like 3 weeks to a month. But yeah, but shit, if it's a benefit saving money, then shit, I'm gonna definitely tell you. I'm gonna talk to my accountant about that. But
Yeah,
she
they
definitely
should have told you.
nah, she ain't tell me. She told me definitely I have to file quarterly and the S corp, and I had got my LLC last year. So yeah, but that because they do hit you in the head heavy with the tax, heavy.
Yeah. So I would recommend that you read a book called Tax Free Wealth. It tells you everything that you need to know about. Because I read it years ago when I was a barber, and I learned how I could pay a lot less in taxes being self-employed as a barber, with the write-offs and all that kind of stuff. But I'm starting to know that I'm starting to notice that a lot of tax accountants and stuff like that don't know about these deductions.
Nah, well, a lot of them don't know how to do your taxes when you're doing content. A lot of them
Yeah.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, so you definitely have to educate yourself. I would read that book. That's the best piece of
What's the name
education.
of it?
Tax-free wealth. And they
Tax
have an
free.
audio too.
All right, I'm gonna remember that tax free. Well, shit, I can go back on here and listen. All right, for sure.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. But yeah, it's a must-read book for people that are self-employed. Really, for anybody, people that are self-employed. So, what are some of the unexpected lessons you've learned from living and doing content in multiple countries?
Unexpected lessons, like when you say unexpected lessons, like things that happen and you're not expecting it. Like,
For like in my example, the whole Brazil situation, I learned a lesson about how to not portray people in other countries and to keep in mind
um,
that think is offensive, they might think is offensive.
yeah, well, for me, is if you're doing something, well, rem- for me, is to remember you have a brand. And
Hmm.
second, if you're doing something, try to do it transparent because people are always going to try to find something to make content about. Um, check when do you plan making your way to Asia? I'm going to Asia October, around October, by the way. Yeah. But yeah, just like keeping things transparent, like especially if you're doing anything that's like missionary work, stuff like that. You got to really keep it transparent. Um, Second is not getting carried away with people you meet, like really not getting carried away with people you meet. Because I I think in Peru, no, I don't think in Peru, I almost got drugged in Peru. And the person who almost drugged me damn near caught me off guard because I was switching hotels and I was mad at the hotel, not thinking. So yeah, so things like you just gotta stay alert at all times
So they almost drugged you in a
in Peru.
drink.
Yeah, in Peru. It was red wine. Red wine, you can't see it. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. That's a
And
blessing.
you know the thing about it is people don't talk about it in Peru. It's always Colombia, Colombia, Colombia. But it happens. It can happen other places too, not just Colombia. That
Yeah.
shit, damn, near happened to me in Peru. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it can happen anywhere. So you guys got to stay on point because it happens in the States too. It's just not as publicized, like you
yeah.
said. We got another super chat. Feel free to not answer this or not, but he says, Check, have you kissed and made up with Ace?
When we don't, I never really talked to him. I don't have his information, me and him, and I've never talked or anything like that. So I personally don't know him on a one-on-one basis. Just as far as internet, that's it.
So, how do you approach building a social life in a new country? I think you did a good job at this in Kenya.
Yeah, but it's at to the point now. I think in the beginning it was one thing, but now it's wherever you go, somebody's gonna know you, and people gonna reach out to you themselves, and like if you go to a club or bar or restaurant, like mm, I would say 90% of the places I go, people know me, bro. Like, so it's really people reach out to me now. Yeah, like no matter where I'm at, I could be in my gym in the United States, outside the United States. I met somebody at a truck stop that knew me, so it could be anywhere,
Yeah.
anywhere. In Kenya, they showed a lot of love to me in Kenya. Um,
Hmm. Hmm.
a lot of love to me in Kenya. Like even places where I went, where I've been to that I didn't expect people to know me, knew me. Sometimes you meet someone, you meet a chick, and she don't know you do content, and you go somewhere out and you thinking nobody know you, and a whole bunch of people taking pictures with you. She looking like who this thing is, like who is
Yeah.
this guy? So yeah, that happened to me a couple of times.
I done got a lot of cool points with that one, especially in Kenya. I be out with a chick and she doesn't know I'm a YouTuber, and they be like,
Yeah,
"Oh, Austin," that would happen 4 or 5 times, and now it's like your value goes up in her mind, like, "Oh,
yeah.
I got the
Actually, that
man here."
happens. That happened to me when I was with you. That night
Yeah,
when I was with you, it's a girl I know. She don't know I do content at that time, and she saw me with you. The next day, she sent me a picture. It was like, "Just you know this guy?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah. You saw me with him. Why would you ask me about?" Oh, yeah, he's trending on Twitter. And I was just
yeah.
laughing, like, okay, okay. That's that same night, the next day, she hit me up because she was in the
Wow,
cut. She saw us. I didn't see her. I didn't see her, but she saw us. So yeah, she hit me up the next day and told me, and I was like, "Damn, why you ain't say what's up to us? You should have came and said hi." Yeah,
wow, that's amazing. Yeah, that's a great feeling. So,
yeah.
one strategy I had for building, let me not say that. One strategy that because I pretty much have the same experience you have, but Dre from Love Crossing Borders, he said that he recommends or people go to places that they would do or like let's say like if you join a golf club or you join a yoga class. Have you done anything like that to build your social circle in other countries?
Not that, not yoga or golf or anything like that. But when I was talking to you earlier about digital nomad, I did that to grow my channel. I would go places. Um, and it was a girl I knew. She actually hooked me up with it. It started in Brazil, and it would be like they would host events, like those events where you have on your little thing right here with your name and it says USA. Then you see somebody with the thing and it says Mexico or Peru or Brazil, and then everybody just start uh communicating and talking, and then you start, yeah, I do videos. And then they start sharing and you start growing. So those was one of the things I did to actually. I didn't do it for that. I actually did it to because when you're traveling before when you're like in the beginning when you're traveling, you don't have a big audience. I don't like going out by myself all the time. That shit is kind of like it looks kind of, especially if you're trying to talk to somebody, it looks like you're a nobody because you're by yourself.
Yeah.
So when I used to be in these groups, and these not groups, but these digital nomads, and they're going somewhere, now it's a whole bunch of us from different countries that's mingling. So now you have somebody to talk to. So while you're out somewhere, but now it's different. Now I can go by myself, somebody gonna recognize me. So it really doesn't matter. Like, but at that time, that's what I used to do. And then I didn't do it for my YouTube, but then I would plug myself in. Yeah, what are you doing? What do you do? I do videos, and they start watching my videos, and that helped. That helped my channel grow a lot.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So, what are the most significant ways traveling has changed you personally and professionally?
Um, it changed me watching everything I do now. Like like funny story. I can tell this story now because it's a funny story. I mean, because it happened years ago, so I don't care. But well, it didn't happen years ago. It happened probably 2 years ago. I was with a friend of mine, and he was talking to this chick. We had a rental car. He was talking to this chick, and he left. He put his wallet in the panel. I'm not gonna say the country because I don't want people to think I'm trying to bash the country. But he left his wallet on the door panel, and the girl took his wallet and started running. He a little heavy set, so I told him take the car, follow us, and I'm gonna run and chase her down. And I chased her down and ran. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, somebody could have been recording that shit. And then it could have been a big thing, checking effect, beating a woman, or even though I didn't beat her, I'm trying to get my homeboy's wallet back. So I grabbed her and waited till he came, and then the whole people came outside. But things like that I can't do now.
Yeah.
Cause then if I
Got to
do
be
it,
very
somebody gonna
careful.
record me and make up some bullshit ass story. Then they're gonna have a proof of a recording. Even though you didn't do it, that recording is gonna look like some shit popped off, and now you could be called anything, anything. So that's the things like with traveling, bro. You got to watch what you do now. Whether you're right or wrong, you got to think about what you do before you do it. What was the
Yeah.
second question? That was the one. What was the second one?
So it was how has it changed you professionally and personally? So I guess that was more of your professional. You learned
Yeah,
how to be more cautious. What about personally?
personal. Like some of the stuff that you would say before, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit that you would say, like for example, if you're gonna catch an attitude or something with somebody, or if you get kind of agitated, you can't really say shit no more. You gotta like humble yourself. So you can't really like you can't go off on somebody the way you want to.
Yeah, because you don't know where you at.
You
You
don't
don't
know
know
where
where
you
you
at,
at.
and then while you're going off on somebody recording you.
Yeah,
Bro, if you upset, you're drinking. For example, remember that night we went out? You was upset, really
yeah,
upset.
yeah,
That night. That night. That's a prime example. Let's say I was not checking the fact out somebody else. Somebody could have been recording you, and then all of a sudden they could have made. And it wasn't your fault. It was that other person's fault. You know what I'm talking about. But
yeah,
somebody recording it would have looked like you started some shit. So it's just different, man. It's like you just gotta watch what you do, man, all the time now. It's crazy. And the thing about it is the internet loves lies over the truth. Like if you do a video and you're lying about something, everybody's gonna watch. You do a video telling the truth, nobody care. They love
yeah,
lies. Even if it's a lie, they don't care. They still, you know what I'm saying? They love
yeah,
that negative shit, bro. They love it. They love
yeah.
the
Oh yeah,
negativity. Like your
yes.
strategy is what I call your strategy is shock value.
Hmm.
That's what I call your strategy. Shock value.
Yeah,
When shit is kind of like dying down, let me shock their ass with something. Yeah, got on Kendra G shit.
yeah, yeah. That's a good way of describing it. Yeah, they,
And then a week later, this dude hit 100K. I was like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
So it's
And then,
strategy, bro. If it worked, hey, it's strategy. At the end of the day, it's helping you grow. That's how I
yeah,
see it.
yeah. I keep that in mind. Shock value. That is a good way of
Yeah, that's what
saying.
it is. Shock value. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Like we was talking about Charleston Wright, right? Charleston White,
Yeah.
right? You remember when he pulled out a gun on the interviewer? That was shock value. That was shock. I I'm I'm I wouldn't be surprised if that shit was planned. If it was all a set, if it was all planned, hey man, look, I'm gonna get upset. I'm gonna pull out a pistol. Don't worry, it ain't loaded. You know what I'm saying? Like that's shock value. That's all that was shock value. He just did some shit. The internet went crazy. Everybody's watching him, and then he's growing.
Wow.
Maybe,
I might
or
have to
maybe
steal
he
that.
did, or maybe he really did pull out a pistol on him. I think it was shock value, bro. I don't think he, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That if it was shock value, that was a good move. So, well, I guess to a certain extent, it was a good move. So, how do you select the next destination you go to, and especially, yeah, how do you pick the next country you go to? For example, I jump from continent to continent, so I spend one time. I go to one continent, I spend some time there and travel around. Then the people get tired of that, so I jump to the next one. How do you pick?
HD chilling.
Yeah,
He watching, right?
he
He must
should
be.
be.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for the cash app, HD chilling. I appreciate that, my brother. So what I do is before I would do my own research, but now it's always people that's hitting me up telling me about the country. So I will always try to like first of all, I try to go places I want to go. Number one. Most of the places I go is places I really want to visit, but it's gonna be certain places that I don't really care much. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I heard you I think 2 weeks ago you said you're not really big into Asian women. I'm not too fond on Asian women also, but I'm gonna go
Mhm.
there. I'm gonna go there because obviously I'm not going for women, but it's good for content for people to see. But my thing is, I'm not really into the Asian women like that. I'm just, no offense, but I'm just not. But I just try to research a place and see if it got something interesting, something that people are gonna like. And then also I'm doing more like videos where okay, this person did this place, this person did this place. Oh shit, nobody went to Madagascar. Let me go hit up. Let me see what's interested in Madagascar. Yeah, let me hit up Madagascar because a lot of people ain't over there doing a lot of videos. So let me catch it while it's early, and then maybe after a while there'll be a trend of people going there. So that's how I usually do my videos. And there's been times where I would talk about it on live streams, and then people will listen and they'll actually go there. It could be a coincidence, or they actually heard what I was gonna do and they went and did it before me. But yeah, that's really
Okay.
how I shit. That's I just research and try to go somewhere where it is entertaining for my audience. It has something interesting for my audience. Like Mexico, a lot of people, mostly like Brazil, Colombia, all these places normally have you'll see a lot of black Colombians, black Brazilians, but Mexico you don't see that much. So it's kind of good to hit up that market to show people, yo, they got black Mexicans. They're just not out in the open in Mexico City, like places that you're familiar with. They're in the cut over here. So I did that, and those videos have actually been doing real good, really good. That's why I'm back. It's been doing so good. Somebody they did a J Rello on me. They paid for my whole trip. They paid for my
Really?
whole trip. Yeah, that's why I came back. I was home. I came back. I literally I came to, I got to Mexico what 2, 3 days ago. They paid for my whole trip to go back to the spot. So that's why I'm going back.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, can you share a particular moment or a particular encounter or experience from your travels that had a really big impact on you?
Mm, that's a good question. Something traveling that had a big impact, whether it's positive or negative.
Yeah.
The uh like like I said in the beginning, when I first started doing content, um, and like the first time my audience switched side on me, like, because I sometimes, like, for example, your audience could switch side on you. The true audiences will stay with you. But like I'm gonna give you an example of an audience switching side. They watch your channel, they might give you content, I mean comments. Then all of a sudden, let's say a chick that you was with or I was with start talking bad about me. Now they're like, oh yeah, forget Czech. Czech is no good. And they used to be why they found out about her through you. But now they switch sides and they're with the op. So I just think like for me, it was shit. Hold on, let me put this charger on my phone right quick so it don't die. So yeah, for me, it was more doing what I want to do and not giving a F about like what people think or what people say. Cause like the thing that the biggest impact for me was when I did a like at the one point in time I hit like see most people like sometimes when you have negativity, your shit still grows. But at that time I lost like 2,000 subscribers. I had 5,000. I went down to like 20, like 2,800, like literally. So I was like, damn, this shit, they really, you know what I'm saying? They really believe in this shit. They like, so that's when I learned like to just keep doing me and like not worrying about what people think. As long as you know you're doing something right and you ain't bullshitting people, at the end of the day, it's gonna pay off. And the truth is gonna come to light. And that's basically what happened. You see what I'm saying? So that was one of the biggest impacts in my since I've been doing content.
Wow, that's interesting. So,
Yeah, most people when you have that negative shit, your channel still grows though. But at that time, I lost subscribers, bruh. Like I was
wow,
5,000 strong and I went down to like 29, bro. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, man.
wow, that's definitely a lesson to learn. So, what misconceptions do people often have about the lifestyle you're living, and how do you address it?
Shit, people don't realize everything costs. Like misconception is thinking that, yeah, I might have got this trip for paid for and hotel there, but I never had a full like trip paid for. So it's like when we go to these countries, man, like to make these content, it costs money. That's why like if we like when I do my taxes and like you said, and you see all the expenses and see how much you spent, like on hotels, flight, Airbnb, this, that, it costs. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't free. So people thinking that when you're traveling like that, is oh, you're going to a cheap country, that's why you could do it. Shit, you still gotta pay. That flight to that cheap country wasn't cheap. It might be
Yeah.
cheap in Morocco, but go book a flight to Morocco, see how much it is. And you
Mhm.
thinking, okay, oh, you're in a cheap country, that's why you can. Nah, bro, that flight was still expensive.
Yeah.
That's
Book a flight from Rwanda to Kenya, and those countries are
And
right
they
next.
right by each other, and it's not
Yeah.
even that far. East Africa, right? Right
Yeah,
there,
hour flight, $500 one way.
one way. So that's why I say, like, just because the country is less is cheaper to live doesn't mean it don't cost money to travel. It still costs money to travel. Shit, going from continent to continent costs, bro. That shit ain't, it ain't easy.
Yeah, because I wanna go to Turkey next, and the tickets are pretty much gonna be no less than $1,400 one way. So, it's definitely not now when I get to Europe, oh,
It's
my
easy.
phone well, yeah, my phone bill costs more than the plane tickets, you
Yeah,
know?
and not just that, but their transportation is so good to where you can go from one country to country. Then they have the fast train, so you can go from here to here like this. Is once you're there, it's easy. It's just
Mhm.
getting there is the tough part. Like, I actually want to go to Turkey too. I don't know when I'm going, but I'm going soon.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be very, very nice, a very historical place, another culture shock in my opinion. So, how do you
What's
handle.
your?
Huh?
I was gonna ask you, what's your the same question you asked me. How did you deal with it? 'Cause- Yeah,
Uh,
I already know you don't give a damn. Like I was like, shit.
hey, I don't. But, like, the misconceptions that people have is,
They think
since
you
my
care.
yeah, they think I care. A lot of people think that, some people think that I'm rich. Some people think that I'm rich, like I'm really rich, and what they don't understand is that subscribers don't equal income.
Nah,
You know, views do. The views, and even that's not even all. Like your videos might not get paid the same per 1,000 views as mine does.
yeah, the
You know,
RPM, the
yeah,
CPM and RPM.
yeah. You can't
Yeah,
really. So you actually have to actually know that person's true analytics to actually know how much money they're making from YouTube. And
and
then
and
since
and and not only that, but you would never know unless that person actually show you their analytics. You'll never
yeah,
know because all that stuff that they be having, that shit is never because this is the reason why it's not accurate. I found out. Like, let's just say you have a high month, your views are high that month, right? So that that uh that AI would do your analytics for that whole year, thinking that you average that amount. You see what I'm saying? But then when it drops and go low, it'll average it out for the whole year when it's low. So it's never the exact amount. Like that AI never gives you the right amount. It could be
yeah,
a little bit close, but it's never the right amount.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like if you, especially with those websites, people like to go to the websites to look up how much people make. If
Yeah.
you look up mine, I make like $500 a month. You cannot do this lifestyle off $500 a month. That'd be impossible.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
Nah,
but
you think about it, right? You try if you book a ticket that's $800 to $1,000, then you staying somewhere for a whole month. And then food going out. There's no way.
yeah, no way at all. And a lot of people think that about this lifestyle that I'm living is like, oh, also you're spending too much. You should only be spending $1,500. A lot of people are hearing bare minimum, like damn near shithole living numbers. Like, oh, you can go live in Thailand on $900. You can. You're not gonna like it.
Right.
You're not gonna like. So to be honest, I think a lot of dudes that's actually, or at least some people that are living similar lifestyles to me, are spending at least 40. If they're staying in one country for a month, they're spending at least 4 grand. If they're outside every day like
Well,
I am.
not only that, but if you've been living a certain lifestyle in the States or wherever you're from, Europe, I mean England, wherever you're from, you go travel, you want to at least have somewhat similar lifestyle. You don't want to live like you don't want to be staying somewhere that's like real shitty. You know what I'm saying? So and me, I like my own space. So like doing the shared stuff is tough for me. I can't really do like I can't really do like shared rooms and shit like that. I need my own space.
Yeah, I can't do it either. I really can't. I
Nah,
can't do hostels and none of that.
nah,
So,
I can't. I
how
can't.
do you handle healthcare and insurance? Well, do you have healthcare and insurance?
Yeah, I do, but I don't have the insurance where it covers you out of the country though. The one where you pay extra and it covers you. I'm thinking about that one. But that's another reason why when I'm home for a month, I'm trying to take care of all that stuff. I'm getting my checkups, I'm doing this, I'm doing that while I'm home, trying to get at least my money's worth on the money that I'm spending for insurance. But 2022, during the 2022, I did the whole year no insurance. No
Yeah.
insurance the whole year. I mean, I was
Wow.
out the whole year anyway. So really, if you're only home a little bit, but with the insurance where you can actually be covered while you're out of the country, that's I might look into that one.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
have?
Okay.
What about you?
I actually don't have health insurance either. I do. I have Aetna, if that does anything, but I have Aetna. But like you said, that's for the states and Western countries in
Right.
like West Europe. But these places I'm at now, not really.
I don't have none of that for like places like Mexico and all these places. Just gotta hope for the best. But they do have um I think when you book a flight or something, you can actually get insurance also. But I never looked into that. And I just always thought, what's the chances that all these places I'm going to, I gotta keep getting insurance?
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm. I saw that on my I saw that on the Hopper app shows you that. I noticed that on
yeah,
Hopper.
yeah. That's why it's like when I come home, I try to like check everything to make sure I'm good. So nothing got.
WM Musfasa said, "Glad to see you brothers are rocking the African braces. Yes, we are. You guys know I wear mine every day. It's about 7, 8 months now. Never coming off.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you
It
for the super
comes.
chat.
Yeah, yeah. I got the
Text,
Ghana, South Africa, and the big one with Kenya.
yeah, yeah. The Tech Sports Love sent photos for not a question, but more of a shout out to Czech for rocking a KC Royals hat in one of his vids. Thank you for repping my city.
Hey, for sure. I've been
Yeah.
there a couple of times. I got my nephew lives there. My brother used to go. My brother used to live there too.
So the next question I have for you is, what tools or resources have you found indispensable for your travels and remote work?
I don't understand that question. What tools?
So I guess let me see. Where's that question? At? What tools or resources have you found indispensable for your travel or remote work? So for example, one indispensable tool for me is like for my remote work. Here's my DJI camera, uh, my tripod,
Oh, I got you now. Like
something essential.
yeah, yeah. I have a DJI also. I have a GoPro and a DJI in my phone, and I have another camera. Um, the GoPro for me is more for uh beach. If I know I'm going to the pool, if I'm going to the beach, I would use the GoPro. If the DJI, I usually use that when I'm recording by myself with nobody else. I would use the DJI. But when I'm with someone, I always use the GoPro and sometimes my phone. Um, and the new DJI is really good for. I don't do nightlight videos no more, but the new DJI is really good for nightlight because it has the low light mode, which is good because when I used to do nightlife, I used to use my phone, and having that phone with a gimbal at night is really not safe at all. Very tough to like, and then it's big, something big that you can't really conceal, so it's hard to get in places, you know, and then it's hard to pull out and record. So, but yeah, that DJI is really good for that. Um, I don't have the glasses because I just feel like I don't have anything against people who use it, but I just feel like I've been doing all this content without it. I might as well just keep going. And for me, I like the fact that I'm recording, you know. And sometimes it helps me record because when people see me recording, they actually come to the camera. So it's a little bit easier. But that what else? Obviously my laptop, the typical things that you use typical things that you use to record. You know, I bring a lot of batteries, a lot of SD cards. Um, you know, I like me, for example, I never buy a 500 gig SD card, 512. I always stay with 256 because
Me
I
too.
always feel like sometimes it could crash. It
Hmm.
could crash, it could get corrupt. Now you lost 500 of footage opposed to
Hmm.
like, you know, if you have the 256, you know, you just lost what you ever recorded. So I don't mess. And then the 500s is too much at one time to try to load up.
Yeah, I noticed when I put a 500, like I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get the biggest SD card I could find and put in the
Yeah,
DJI." When I would put it in, it would take like a whole 30 seconds for me to even click the record button. So if I
exactly.
want to get something really quick, I would always miss it because it would say it's still processing.
Right. And you know that's one of the as a content creator, catching something quick is what you is what's very important. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Catching it quick, catching a quick footage. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's why I don't mess with the 500. And then there's a lot of times where I had one time somebody paid me 500 like $500 to do a video and of a place to promote them and the footage got corrupt. So you never know when
Wow.
you never know when yeah, I know. And I got the money in advance. So you know how hard it was giving that back.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow, I would have been very pissed about that.
Yeah, the footage got corrupt. And then sometimes you forget, like for example, if you have the GoPro SD card hooked up on your computer, you take the SD card off, but you don't take the adapter off. And then you put the DJI SD card in there, that can corrupt it. You have to take the whole, you know, you have to eject it completely off. So this is things that you learn, man. But shit happens, bro. I got a footage where I lost recently because I had the DJI and it was raining. Remember, I said I used the GoPro when it rains? I used the DJI and I lost two good footages um because I was recording it in rain. Yeah,
Damn. So
yeah.
you have a couple of super chats here right now. D Frank sent $10 for Czech. How's the dating life in Morocco? I saw your vids in the city. It looked laid back but lively, and I think it was cheaper than Colombia.
Um, is it cheaper than Colombia? It's probably it's probably the same as Colombia, but the only thing that's cheaper is transportation. Like Ubers are cheaper and Morocco. And okay, Morocco dating life is like this, right? Morocco's a Muslim country, so everything is hidden. So like for example, if Austin is trying to go out to Morocco and record, he's not gonna get that footage that he wants because in that culture, everything is hidden. Everything is like, for example, we can go to Morocco, we see people dressed up, they look nice, they dress up, and then we go out at night. They'll have on clothes. When they get to the place, they take the clothes off, hang it up, and you see them with like short skirts and everything. So like they drank, but they don't drink in public. You won't see them drinking out in the like one time I was in Morocco, I was drinking at the front, like outside. They don't do that. They drink in the back. Everything in Morocco is more, you got to actually go there for yourself. Nope, you can't, nobody's really gonna show you that raw hardcore footage of Morocco because they're just very, very secretive about what they do. But dating life in Morocco is same. I say the same thing like Colombia.
Wow.
But yeah, and
So,
Moroccan women are like their skin is flawless. They have very beautiful skin, flawless, beautiful skin. Yeah, man. And I had like even when I was in the south part of Morocco, I had a video with these two beautiful Moroccan ladies, and I was recording on my own. And I asked them for help, and they knew I was recording, but I didn't. What happens is, if you're a smaller YouTuber, you can get away with certain things because let's just say you do a video and it only gets 1,000 views, 12. It don't. But when you do a video that can get hundreds of thousands of views, it goes back to their country. So the girl told me, "Hey, I like the video, blah blah blah, but unfortunately, we don't want, you know." She was very polite about it. You know, we don't want the people back home seeing the video. So I had to delete the video. two nice looking ladies too, man. And but they knew I was recording. It's just that's just the lifestyle over there, bro. It's just different. You just it's a Muslim lifestyle. And
Wow.
I recommend I like if somebody's interested in going to Morocco, I highly recommend it. Go to I would say for me, I had the most people go to what's the places? Casablanca, Tangier. I forgot the other one. This is the one most people go to. I don't like it much because there's more tourists and everything is hot. I like Casablanca and I like Tangier. I forgot the other place, what it's called, but everybody goes there and it's super expensive. It's not super expensive, but it's more expensive. But Casablanca and Tangier, that's my spot.
I'm gonna check that out. Because I'm about to do. I know Morocco is not in the Middle East, but when I do Europe, I might just slide over there when I get to Portugal and all that.
Yeah.
So, James Morton sent $5. So I traveled for 3 months at a time. There are insurance policies that cover you up to $500,000 for $39 to $50 a month. Repatriation, lo mismo. So I guess that I mean that's not too bad.
Hell no, that's not too bad for $50 a month.
Yeah.
I don't know if they how they check your stuff to know, but shit, hey James, if this is true, definitely hit me up on the IG. I'm definitely interested in that. That's not bad at all. $50 a month.
Yeah.
That you can, you know what I'm saying, get your checkup and all that. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So the next question I have for you, let's see, what tools. Looking back, what would you have done differently when you first started traveling?
I would have been the lane I was doing in the beginning, I would have stayed in my own lane. I wouldn't have jumped ship to someone else's lane. Because when I first started, I always started on my own lane. I was doing my own lane, but I jumped ship on some other people's lane. Cause at the time I didn't know and I just saw, oh shit, this is what they want. This is what they like. So I'm giving them what I thought they want, but it wasn't what I want to do. So if I can go back, I would have stayed in my own lane from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't like jump ship to someone else's lane.
Okay, I would agree with that. I mean, I guess jumping on, like for example, I jumped on the passport bro trend, and that gave me a little boost, but I don't really care about the criticism. But I will say at the same time that stuff does that you when you jump on somebody else's, what they do sticks on you.
On
You
you.
know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you you're doing a content and this is the type of content you're doing, but let's say someone interviews you that's in a whole nother different type of content. And because but this person has more subscribers than you. So you're looking like, oh shit, people, people are watching me. So now you start doing that type of content, their content, because you're trying to satisfy that audience, but you don't realize you haven't built your actual audience yet. But once you get your audience, that audience don't matter. It's like you got, but you live and you learn. I had jump ship. I wish if I knew from back then, I would have stayed on track from what I was doing in the beginning.
Okay. So, what role has technology played in facilitating your lifestyle career, bro? You pretty much answered that throughout this whole
Mhm.
interview.
Yep.
How do you see the future of travel changing, and how are you preparing for those changes?
Man, that's the thing, man. I don't I'm trying to diverse myself and like for example, I got my first hosting gig June 15th. So wherever I go, I have to it's in Vegas, it's in Nevada. Uh Wherever I go, I have to make sure I'm close to home. So I got my first hosting gig. So I'm probably gonna document that and see how that does. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to diversify myself, man. And it's I'm gonna continue doing content, but I want to do other things too. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to just stick to only content. I want to do other things and see how that go. But I'm always do content because I like doing it. It's fun, you know. But I I just stop doing what other people want and just do what I want to do. Shit, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how I
very
see it.
important. I'll tell you some things that I'm doing too, and I'm not gonna say exactly what there are. Some things that I haven't started yet, but like I take advantage. Well, content in itself is a business, doing YouTube, but YouTube has super chats. They have the members only, they have the affiliates, but I always advise people to do things outside of that because no matter how good your channel is, I've seen history channels get demonetized. People that talk about World War II, they get demonetized. Not even controversial. Well, I guess that could be controversial, but I mean, that's stuff that they teach you at school. They can get demonetized. But if you have a Patreon to just do more exclusive content, if you get demonetized, you've been building that Patreon up, you'll always have a plan B. Then you have sponsorships outside. So let's say if YouTube just stops paying people, you at least have some way to get paid every video if you have that option. So you
Yeah,
have to
because you
always,
don't you don't want you don't want YouTube like controlling you.
yeah.
You
And
don't
you
want
want to
them
use,
like
go
you
ahead.
don't want them like they have complete control of you. Because like what they do to me is like, for example, what they do to me is it's kind of like, all right, you drop a video, and when you drop that video, other videos are growing. They're doing good. When you don't drop no videos, those other videos, they stop pushing them. So they make you continuously keep giving them content. But I've seen other content creators. I'm not gonna mention who they are, but I could definitely say they're not my skin color. But I've seen other content creators don't drop shit in a month, but their old videos are still growing. But like I can't go without a week without dropping a video because all my old videos slow down. Then when I start dropping, the old videos will start growing again. Um, but yeah, and not just that, but you're right, because if you got other things going on and something happens to your channel, at least you still have those things to go back to. Because if something happens to your channel, you can't get those audience. They're not, you can't get them. So at least if you have other streams of platforms, you can still build. Like somebody got a check in effect Facebook with 20,000 subscribers. I haven't reported him because I'm trying to figure out how to get those 20,000 subscribers because they think it's me anyway. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I'm like, the only reason why I didn't get it cut off yet because I want to contact Facebook to see, hey, somebody's using my name. It ain't me. And they got 20,000. And all the videos are my videos. It's basically my channel, but I'm not running it. And some of the videos got 300,000 views. So I'm trying to see, man, who the hell is this person? And I just want these 20,000 from Facebook to be on, I want them.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, like you said, build on other platforms, build a Facebook group, build your Twitter, build your Rumble, Kick,
Everything.
what else is there? Twitch, I mean, whatever else, just build up everything. Because if you get, he dropped off. But what I was saying was, if you get canceled on one platform, at least you still have a lot of other platforms to fall back on. Which is why I hired somebody to start working on my Facebook. Somebody said, build your own website. If you build your own website, build your own email list. Like you guys remember back in January, I started working on my website, and I have here's how I get you guys emails. I was saying
What happened?
here's how I get you guys emails because I was telling about building other platforms and building your own website and then build an email list. I gave out a free product that because everybody wants to know how can they travel like I do and stay gone. Well, you need remote income or you need to be rich already or have a huge savings account or something. But the remote
Mhm.
income likely in the soonest. So I give out a free guide, a free list of opportunities for remote income. You guys are gonna download it. I get your
Right.
email. So if YouTube were to ever cancel me, right now I have like 1,500 people that I could reach out to. And if I need to
That's
keep
good.
pushing, I have 10,000. So
I have
you got,
about same thing with me. Same thing with me. I have about probably two. I have probably like 3,000 people that I'm freezing. I have about
no,
3,000 people that I can reach out to. Same thing with me. I have 3,000 people that I can reach out to. I gave away free shirts, and bracelets, and I got a couple people that gave me their email and everything like that. But like you said, YouTube won't even let you get your audience emails. Like even if you try, they only give you 5 a day. So just imagine getting 5 a day. For it'll take forever just to get 100. They only let you get 5 a day. So when you look at your subscriber count, you try to get their email, they only give you 5. After 5, they cut it off. And then you have to wait the next day to get another 5.
Wow. So
Crazy.
you really push it and incentivize people to move them to another platform, which is a lot of work, but it's worth it in the long run because you have the power whenever if you get demonetized, you say, "Oh, well, that's okay. I can just go continue over here." Another rich adventurous sent $5. So if you're heading to Portugal, Austin, I highly suggest you hitting the Algarves in June for Afro Nation. Trust me, Czech knows the vibes. I seen he went out there. Thank you for the super chat. I did see that. What do you think about Afro Nation?
Oh man, that's I had a vibe, bro. It's a 3-day event, and it's people, bro. It's people from everywhere, mostly African countries, but not just Africa countries. But you got people from England, from Europe that come, but it's people from everywhere in Africa that's out there, bro. Like I had a vibe. I was amazed and surprised how many people was there. Yeah, it's fun. I only went to the actual festival one day. I paid only for one day. Um, but I paid for the most important day. You know, Megan Thee Stallion, Chris Brown, Wiz Kid. I paid for the most important day. But the whole street, the whole block, the whole street, the whole everything is crowded. Not super crowded, but it's nice. It's nice. Yeah, it's a vibe. I had a good time. I definitely
Oh,
recommend it, bro. If you do want to go to Portugal, go during Afro Fest.
what month was that?
I think it's is it June or July? I'm not.
It might be July.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I believe it's July too. But yeah, I had a blast, bro. I had so much fun.
Okay, so Pajama Llama sent towels for I believe Czech once said that he will already be at another location when he drops his videos and he'll block the viewers in that country. If that's the case, what's the strategy behind that? I don't know how to do the viewer block. I've been trying for months to block it where people in that country. I don't care anymore, but when
I
I
don't.
wanted
I don't. Hmm. Maybe I've done that. Let me see if I know how to block people, but I don't do that because there's no reason for me to do it. But you can, like for example, when you had your Brazil thing, you could have just blocked the people from Brazil because those are the ones that's talking shit. It wasn't nobody in the US really talking about it. So you could have said, okay, I'm gonna just keep doing my Brazil, pushing out my Brazil. I'll block y'all from watching it. So everybody in Brazil, they can't watch it. Even Americans in Brazil can't watch it until they get back home, though, or if they have the VPN thing going on. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know because maybe if you have a YouTube profile and your profile shows the states and you're in Brazil, they probably still can see it. But yeah, you could have just blocked those people in Brazil from watching it, dog. That's you know what I'm saying, like, and that's it. You know, okay, well, y'all got a problem. Okay, y'all don't watch my stuff no more. Cut. That's it. Y'all done. Everybody else can see it except Brazil. But yeah, you can do that. Pajama, pajama, pajama is
Pajama.
right. You can't block people. Nah, he's not lying about that. You can block people in countries. I don't block people. Let me read the question. Check out it once you location. Yeah, I used to do that because I always travel. Like one time, somebody and came to my hotel because I was recording and I showed the hotel, not the hotel. Well, it was more like an outside hotel. Somebody came to my hotel. So in Punta, this was in Punta Cana. So ever since then, I try not to put the like unless it's a live stream, but I try not to put right exactly the day of and stuff like that. But it's not that I go to another country when I drop content. I just don't drop content like everybody else. I only do 2 videos a week, sometimes 3. So there's no way I could do 2 videos a week and I'm somewhere and I recorded maybe 6, 7 videos that I could actually keep the videos actual exactly concurrent with my timestamp. So that's why a lot of times I'm gone by the time you see the next video. You know,
Okay, so Zoom to Thailand sent $10 on the super chat. Shout out to Austin in the chat. Love this collab. Check. When are you coming to Thailand? I'm in LA right now. Let's link up soon.
they asked that question. What's up, Zoom? I see you. They asked me that question. And I said October. I told them The end of the year, I'm coming to Thailand and Philippines. October, November, I'll be there for sure. Definitely. It's highly anticipated, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Definitely, we're gonna link up when I'm there too, brother. You already know I'm gonna hit you up. You already know that.
Travel Lover sent $5 for Salute Brothers check. What are your top personal favorite cities right now and why?
Same thing. I think maybe he came in late, but the same question you asked me earlier, and I told you, I said Brazil. Um, it's a tie between Salvador and Rio. The only reason why uh it's a tie between Salvador and Rio. Um, then we have he said cities, so that's why I'm
Mhm.
naming the city. Even South Africa is tough. Damn, South Africa is tough because I like Cape Town, I like Johannesburg, I like them both. I would have to like actually, damn, I don't know. Maybe I would do Johannesburg over Cape Town. It don't matter because at the end of the day, flights are like $30, $40, bro. To fly from Johannesburg to Cape Town, you pay $30. So you could just go fly a weekend or 4 or 5 days, come back. It's no thing. And Durban, you can actually catch a bus to from Johannesburg also, or you can fly. But I think I will go Johannesburg. Um, and then the third city would be Nairobi. Like I said before, when we was talking earlier, you might have didn't catch it, travel lover. But Nairobi, the vibe. I love the vibe. I love the people. Everybody's just like it's like a uppity, everybody's nice, type of vibe. And uh Brazil and South Africa has the same very similar um it's very similar in somewhat ways, Brazil and South Africa. Even the dating culture is similar in both of those countries. I feel like they're almost the same. So, but those would be my top three, man, for real. Like, I'm not changing until I go somewhere different and see something different. Then I'll be like, okay. But right now, those are my top three.
Okay. Okay. So what did you think about the small? I know you've been to some smaller cities in Brazil that are less known outside of the main four that people go to. What was your opinions on the smaller cities?
I liked a couple of smaller cities I went to. I went to Recife. I hit up, I think I did a little tour where I hit up a couple smaller cities, but to me, those smaller cities would be something to like, if I live there, I can hit up every now and then. But I, if I had a choice to live, I'd rather live in a bigger city, than a smaller city. But smaller cities are nice too. Um, like in Mexico, I like the smaller cities better than the bigger cities in Mexico. But I wouldn't live in Mexico, so
Okay.
I
So
like the smaller cities because you see different culture in Mexico.
so the last question I have for you today is what advice would you give someone who wants to start traveling extensively but feels overwhelmed by the logistics or the commitment?
And this person wants to travel for personal or for content, personal
Uh,
content,
let, let's
or
say they
to meet.
travel
What's the reason?
let's say they want to be a personal
Personal?
traveler yeah, and they want to travel like how we do, but just for personal reasons.
Personal reason. I would say try to reach out to groups, find out about groups that are traveling. If you're not a seasoned traveler like myself in Austin, try to reach out to groups, like sign up with groups and see when these people are traveling and maybe travel during the time they're traveling. Therefore, you're not by yourself and you have people that's from the US that can relate. And when they're going out, you can go out with them so you could kind of like be around people that have experience. And also, I would, depending if you want to travel full time like us, it could be a remote job. You can either have a remote job or you can work as like a job where you work maybe not 6 months, 7 months, 8 months out the year where you could travel the rest. You could work on a ship. You could do truck driving. Those type of gigs are gigs where you could kind of like you don't have to work 12 months a year. People on the ship they work 6 months and the other six they're traveling. You got people that drive trucks, they only drive trucks 8 months out of a year. and the rest in traveling. So those will be my those are the things I would recommend for people who actually are not doing it for content. They're just doing it because they really want to travel and see the world. Um, or if you're really trying to like actually be in full-time expat, that's a different story because then you can really save your money and have some type of stream of income and live somewhere because the places we travel, is nowhere near the same cost of living as the United States. So some of these places, like we're traveling a lot, so we got to spend a lot of money on these flights. But a lot of these places, man, the rent is like 500 a month, 600 a month. Nice places too, nice spots, and you're paying like 500, 600 a month. So if you like for us, we travel too much, so we need more money. But shit, somebody who make like at least 4,000, 5,000 a month, they can live good in one country just chilling. As long as they have the place, maybe a car. You don't even need a car, but you can live good. But for us, we're traveling, so we need we spend more money. Yeah, man.
Okay. I would agree. So, any closing thoughts so far? Would tell everybody where they can find you at. And again, yeah, where can they find you? Your channel, Instagram.
Yeah, right now I'm in Mexico, and I basically I went to Mexico. I was doing a couple videos about the black culture in Mexico. I went to a museum, and this lady showed me this museum. It was really nice, and she had like the ceiling had a problem. So I gave her some money and reached out to my audience. They saw the situation. The lady was very transparent because she didn't talk to me she talked to me off camera, and the people decided they wanted to help. They brought me back here. They paid for this flight. They paid for this hotel, well, this apartment I'm staying in, and they gave me money to go get everything fixed. So right now, I got the money, and hold on. I ain't gonna show money on camera. Fuck that. I got the money, and we're gonna get this fixed. But if anybody want to follow me, they can go on Check and Effect is my YouTube channel. Check and Effect is my Instagram. I also have a TikTok. It's Check International. My TikTok is Check International, so you can reach out to me. TikTok Check International, YouTube Check and Effect, Instagram Check and Effect, Rumble Check and Effect, and I will be opening up a Facebook. There's already a Facebook with Check and Effect, but it's not me. But I'm trying to see how I can open up a Facebook and possibly get those people that are already following. So yeah, man. I appreciate you guys for watching, man, and shout out to Austin for doing his thing and hitting that 100K. Now he on the road to 200K. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, we just gonna keep pushing, man. We're gonna do our thing, man.